Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to do composting at home with kitchen waste. Today is going to be the day one. So let us see what are the items that we need for composting. First thing is a bin where we are going to put all our waste. A few things that we need to take care is that the bin needs to have holes in it because the air has to get into the bin and air will help, oxygen will help in decomposing. So size of the bin, it is entirely your choice. But then from my experience, what I felt is that because you layer the waste with cocoa peat, so if you take a smaller bin, it will get filled up very fast. So that is the reason I have taken a bin which is almost having a capacity of 30 liters, and there are holes that are drilled. Let me show you the bin that I use. Yeah, so this is the bin. As you see, there are holes all through, and then there are holes on the lid. So whatever bin you are selecting, it needs to have a lid on it. Next item that you need for composting is cocoa peat. Cocoa peat will basically help in doing the decomposition process of organic material. So cocoa peat generally comes as a compressed brick. So you find it in Amazon and a lot of other Flipkart and other sites. The moment you get that brick, it is, as I said, it is a compressed brick. So you need to basically disintegrate it. The way to disintegrate it is soak that brick in a half a bucket full of water, and that cocoa peat will get disintegrated, and that cocoa peat can be used for making your manure. One more thing to remember is that every time you need not buy the cocoa peat. What we can do is we can reuse the manure that we have from the previous batch. So I'm going to show you the manure that I made from the last batch. Every time my manure is ready, what I do is I sieve it. The good one, the sieved one, I use it for plants, and the leftover one, I reuse it for layering the manure for the next batch. And I'll just show you. Yeah, so this is the sieved one. This is the one that I use it for plants, and this is the leftover one. So I use this, I reuse this in place of cocoa peat for layering my waste. When you're starting your manure for the first time, the bottom layer should be any material which has carbon in it, because carbon, oxygen will help in decomposing, and also the organic material in cocoa peat will help in decomposing all their waste. So carbon, the bottommost layer should have carbon. General sources of carbon are we can use dry leaves, we can use newspapers. You break them into small pieces, or you can even use these egg cartons. So let us start the composting process. As I said, if you're starting a new bin, the bottommost layer should be of any material that has carbon. I'm going to use egg cartons today. I'll show you. So this egg carton, I'm going to break it into small pieces and layer it as my first layer. So you see that I have broken the egg carton into small pieces, and this I'm going to use it. So I'm putting it as my first layer. The next layer should be either cocoa peat, that disintegrated cocoa peat, or your leftover manure that you can reuse. So I'm using my leftover manure. You have to put cocoa peat so that it will cover all your these egg cartons or the dry leaves, and then you put your kitchen waste. and again layer it with coco peat or your leftover manure. You need to ensure that all the kitchen waste gets covered by the coco peat or your manure. See, if you see, almost just 1 day's waste itself, it is almost taken this much of space. That is the reason we take a big bin. You have layered it with coco peat, cover this bin and put it in a place, in a very dry place where I keep my bins. This is the place where we have our AC outdoor units. So what are the items that can go into composting? Definitely your kitchen waste. You can even put food items, leftover food items, but I generally don't do it because they need lot of maintenance. The moment you put leftover food items, all these flies and moths will come, so it needs to be maintained a lot. You can put eggshells. You can put the dried puja flowers, and you can even put fallen hair. So we are done with the day 1 of composting. Again tomorrow or the day after I'll show you how to again layer the kitchen waste and the coco peat.